The story begins with a family celebrating their son Ben's birthday in the middle of the Caribbean Sea. Everything seems normal. Ben's mom, Julian, jumps into the sea to swim, while Ben and his father, Tom, are busy fishing. But suddenly, Julian feels something large circling around her underwater. Within moments, something pulls her deep into the ocean, and all the instruments on the boat start behaving unusually. Ben and Tom don't notice this since they're focused on fishing. Julian tries to save herself and shouts for Tom, but no one hears her. She then feels the seawater pulling backward. Tom finally notices this, spots Julian, and jumps into the water to save her. Ben starts the boat engine and steers it toward them. Tom manages to rescue Julian, and Ben and Casey pull them onto the boat, saving her life. Once on board, Tom gets angry with his daughter Casey, scolding her for not watching Julian while she was swimming, reminding her of the safety rule. Casey feels guilty, but after she apologizes, everyone moves on and continues celebrating Ben's birthday. While celebrating, Casey receives a call from her boyfriend and notices a massive storm approaching behind him. She gets worried since they're far from safety and informs her parents. The family starts checking the boat's safety systems and soon notices many whales and sharks circling around them. Tom knows that whales act this way before a major storm. They realize something big is coming, but before they can react, the boat gets hit by something strong. Tom dives underwater to inspect the damage and finds a large dent, clearly from a giant shark attack. When he returns, he's badly injured, and Julian stitches his wounds. Tom tells them the boat is too damaged to move, and their only option is to call for help, but the radio has no signal. They have only 4 days of drinking water left. Still, they're somewhat hopeful since they're on a shipping route and might be spotted by a passing vessel. Suddenly, they hear a loud noise outside. When they look, a massive meteor is heading toward them. Tom tries to start the boat to avoid it, but knows doing so could destroy the engine. He does it anyway, and the boat's engine fails. Another meteor approaches. The family quickly puts on life jackets and hides beneath the boat. A huge crash follows, and they all lose consciousness. When they wake up, they're injured but alive. Strangely, though the boat has a massive hole, no water is entering. When they step outside, they're shocked to see fish lying on rocky ground. It looks like another planet. The sea is gone, replaced by dry land with high ridges and craters. Tom checks his compass and realizes something impossible. Earth's poles have shifted. The North Pole has swapped with the South Pole, reversing everything. The oceans have drained away from where land once was. Shocked, the family realizes that everyone who had been on land is likely dead. Casey locks herself in the cabin in fear, while Tom releases Ben's birthday balloons into the air, hoping any survivors might see them. Tom then tries using the radio again. Surprisingly, he gets a response from a captain in a submarine who also knows about the pole shift. The captain explains that Earth's poles will return to normal in about a week, bringing the oceans back violently. He advises Tom to reach high ground for a better chance of survival. Tom asks if the captain can take his children into the submarine for safety. The captain says there's room for only one more person. Tom pleads with him to take both kids, promising anything in return. The captain finally agrees. Tom estimates it'll take 2 days to reach the submarine before the sea returns. The next morning, the family prepares to leave but spots a wounded man walking toward them with a dog. Tom goes to help him, offering water, but the man suddenly attacks Tom and kills him. Julian sees this from afar, locks her kids inside the cabin, gives Casey a flare gun, and tells her to use it only in an emergency. The killer boards their boat. Julian hides in the washroom, treating her wounds. The man searches the boat, eating whatever food he finds. When he realizes Julian escaped through the hole in the hull, his dog spots her outside. Forced to stay silent, Julian kills the dog and hides beneath the boat. When the man climbs down to search, Julian sneaks back onto the boat through the broken glass. Eventually, the killer catches her and brutally attacks her, strangling her. Casey, watching from the cabin, fires the flare gun. It doesn't hurt the man much, but it sets the boat on fire. Julian rescues her kids, and as they escape, she fights back, kicking the killer overboard. Outside, Casey and Ben cry over their father's body. Ben blames himself for releasing the balloons that attracted the killer. Julian, grieving, hugs her husband's body, but then notices the killer emerging from the burning boat. Realizing it's unsafe to stay, she takes the kids and runs. They rest behind a hill, thinking they're safe, but the killer reappears. They start running again, exhausted. They reach an area filled with toxic water, but Julian insists they must cross it. During the crossing, Ben becomes dehydrated, and they're left with only a few drops of clean water. Casey loses hope and wants to give up, but Julian forces her to keep going, saying she'll save them no matter what. They eventually find a plane wreck and take shelter inside. Looking at a family photo from Ben's birthday, they remember Tom. While the kids sleep, Julian steps outside and sees the killer approaching again. Pretending to sleep, she waits until he gets close, then attacks him furiously, stabbing him repeatedly until he dies. The next morning, they see his body mangled, realizing how deadly this new world is. They continue toward the submarine but must cross a toxic wasteland. Ben drinks from a poisonous pond despite Julian's warnings and falls sick. They rest in a makeshift shelter, but soon hear strange noises. Giant crabs are coming toward them. They run and find a cargo ship full of containers. People hiding inside lock themselves in as Julian begs them to open the door. The crabs swarm, forcing Julian and her kids to climb on top of the containers. One crab bites Julian, but she manages to reach the top and bandages her wound before fainting. The next morning, Casey and Ben are gone. They'd gone to find food and weapons. When they return, Julian is relieved. She contacts the captain again, who says he's also been attacked by crabs and is gravely injured. He warns that the sea is returning soon, bringing all sea creatures with it. Their map is lost, but the captain fires a flare to signal them. Ben sees it, and they rush toward the submarine. To reach it, they must cross toxic terrain. Julian grows weaker, and Casey suspects her mother won't survive. They argue, but Julian insists they keep going. A landslide hits, trapping Julian behind a massive rock. She tells Casey to save her brother no matter what. Casey and Ben finally reach the submarine but find no one there. They pound on the hatch until the wounded captain appears. He tells them the submarine can fit 3 people. Meanwhile, Julian fights off crabs with her gun until she runs out of bullets. Just as a crab is about to attack, Casey appears and pulls her up. They run together and reach the submarine just as a massive tidal wave hits. The wave smashes into them, knocking everyone unconscious. When Julian wakes up, their submarine isn't underwater anymore. It has been carried by the wave into a destroyed city. The world as they knew it is gone, and humanity has been wiped out. And with that, the movie ends. Tell me in the comments which movie you'd like to hear next. Your feedback means a lot.